Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. And today, the Houston Rockets announced that Ime Udoka will represent them tomorrow in the NBA's draft lottery, where the Rockets will have a chance to potentially get a couple top 10 picks. It is a long shot. The Rockets will get Brooklyn's pick, but Ime Udoka will be representing the Rockets for their own pick, which they won't get unless it's in the top four. Looking back at it, it's really stupid of that Russell Westbrook Chris Paul trade. Number one, I think the Rockets might have been potentially more successful with Chris Paul with James Harden, even though it didn't work out for 2 years, than James and Russ were, to be honest. But the other thing is the Rockets now, not only that, are losing a draft pick because, and have lost multiple draft picks because of the fact that the Rockets and the Rockets and the Wizards, sorry, not the Rockets. I was thinking about when we traded Russ to Washington, but the Rockets and OKC made that trade. So it's tough that they're not going to, I mean, unless miracle upon miracle, because the pick that is ours has the 11th best odds, which basically is a 4 point, it's a 4 point, I think that's like it's like a 4% chance or something. It's like 3 or 4% chance that the Rockets get to keep their own pick. But at least they are going to get a top 10 pick regardless, because they're going to have Brooklyn's pick. That's in the 9th best odds. So they will get a draft pick, and there have been rumors about the Rockets potentially trading this pick to potentially help the team get better. Before I'm going to say this too. Everybody, if you've watched me, if you listen, if you know, if you watch my Rockets videos often, everybody knows how much I love Ime Udoka. He's, I talk about how Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks made a major impact into this team, bringing those vets in, Jeff Green as well, Jock Landale, all the vets that have been brought in, the rookies that came in and made an impact immediately, Cam Whitmore, Men Thompson, well, not immediately, but made an immediate impact to this team. They were great. But honestly, as good as those players were, Cam Whitmore, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Jeff Green, the guys we added in, Aaron Holiday, all the guys that we added into our young team, our young roster, I don't know where they would be. They wouldn't be as close as they were to the play-in without this man, Ime Udoka. But at the same time, why is he representing us at the, I love Ime, but, I would have loved to see, obviously he's our head coach. That's probably the main reason why he is going to be representing us. But I would have loved to see the Rockets pick either, one of the lottery picks from last year, Cam Whitmore or Amen Thompson. Both of those guys who, got drafted by the Rockets, definitely were worth the draft pick. And usually sometimes you will see a team, let one of their first-round picks from last year or their first-round pick from last year get to represent the team. I guess maybe for the Rockets, they didn't want to choose between one of their first-round picks. I mean, let's say you decided to pick Amen Thompson, but then you're not picking Cam Whitmore, the other guy you drafted in the first round last year. So I can see that point of view. You don't want to pick one and not pick the other if you're going to talk about potentially taking the first-round pick, selecting one of the first-round picks from last year to represent you. I can see that point of view. Maybe that's what the Rockets were thinking about. I mean, it's not the other reason. I don't know why the Rockets didn't go with a different route this year is because Ime represented them last year, and it's not like we got the first overall pick. We didn't get Wemby. We got the 4th overall pick. I mean, so he didn't. I think he brought us some good luck because we got Amen Thompson, and as much as I think Wemby's going to be a great player, I love that we have Amen Thompson, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. As much as I'd love to add Wemby to this team, I'm fine with Amen Thompson. 4th overall pick was just fine for us, I believe. But I think, we should have potentially, granted one of those guys, either Cam Whitmore or Amen Thompson, by representing this team. But also I want to go back to when Jalen Green got drafted. Jalen got drafted in 2021. I loved when Hakeem Olajuwon represented the Rockets in the draft lottery. That was awesome. That was awesome when, obviously the Rockets didn't get the first overall pick, which Jalen's been just fine. I mean, I think Jalen's been a better player than Cade so far since Cade has had a lot of injuries. I would take Jalen over Cade. I know Jalen is very inefficient, but Cade has had a lot of injuries in his career, so that's why I would take Jalen over Cade. But at the same time, I loved when Hakeem Olajuwon represented the Rockets, so I would have loved to seen Hakeem represent the Rockets again, or seeing one of them in Thompson or Cam Whitmore. But the only reason I'm not so happy that it's going to be Ime Udoka is because it's the same thing we did last year. But, I would hope to see the Rockets potentially land 2 top 10 picks, although I think it's very unlikely due to the fact that the Rockets, it's a 4% chance that on their own pick to get in the top 4. But maybe the Brooklyn pick can get a little bit better than we thought it would. Right now it's in the, it has the 9th best odds. Maybe it can jump into the top 7 or the top 6. That would be amazing. Let me know your thoughts on the Rockets announcing Ime Udoka as their representative in tomorrow's draft lottery. I want to remind everybody the draft lottery is tomorrow at 2 Eastern time. It's at 2 o'clock. Is it 2? No, I think I read 2 Eastern time, I believe. Don't take my word, but I did read. I think I read 2 Eastern time, and then I think the Pacers and the Knicks play at 2:30. Yeah, I believe that is correct. But so it's gonna be a fun day of basketball tomorrow, where we get to see who's where the balls are gonna land. Who's gonna take who, or who's gonna get the first overall pick. Where's everybody else gonna fall, and then right after this draft lottery is over, then we go to playoff basketball between the Knicks and the Pacers. It's definitely going to be a great Game 4 between those two, as it is now a 2-1 series as the Pacers won Game 3 last night. But let me know your thoughts on Ime Udoka representing the Rockets in tomorrow's draft lottery, and peace out. Go Rockets.